Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to Spilling the Tea while having coffee with Miss Edna. So I want you to grab your favorite mug because today we're diving deep into something that touches all of our lives, generational trauma, specifically how it shows up in our parenting. And yes, sometimes it hurts our babies. This isn't just a theory, it's all about real life patterns and repeats without even realizing it. So let's get ready to get honest, get real, and start breaking those cycles together. So let's begin. Let me give you a little sip of my coffee here. Look, we got to face facts. We got to face some facts here. What happened to us, how we were raised, the hurt we carried. If we don't deal with it, we just hand it down to our babies. I realized that in my own life as a parent of three, all different. And I realized that each of them needed to be parented different styles, and different avenues. But after a while, being a parent who was married but was raising a child single, I had to deal with certain things a different way. So I had to be both mom and dad, and I had to be strong in general and work. So there was no time really to really feel them out, see them, what they were doing. And then when I saw them, I was too busy, too busy trying to correct the bad actions before they got really bad so that I can get back on track, so I can get back to work, or so I can get back to my life, as it were, because I had so many responsibilities. Well, you can't parent with responsibilities in the middle of it. And here's the thing that what I realized is generational trauma is hidden in the back seats of those things. They're hidden in the back seat. While you're driving, you're thinking, hey, everything's cool. But when you stop driving, all those things creep out. And we have to really face the facts that the stuff that's in the back seat, the way you were raised, the way you were let to do this and let to do that, and no supervision, and you didn't have the love you needed, and you didn't get what you needed, and you saw things and you patterned things, you can't take them and give them to somebody else. See, the backpack belongs to you. Your junk, your stuff, your issues, your trauma belongs to you. And the responsibility when you put it in the backpack, put it on your back, is to first let me unpack all of that before I can become a parent, before I get involved in any situation, before I have relationships. But they don't teach us that. They teach us to take it along with us and expect somebody else to fix it. Well, no one else is going to fix it. Learned that in my life. No one else is going to fix it. You can tell some trustworthy people. They can help you get direction. But most of the times, we're in our ego. If someone tells us something good, we take it as an attack. Let's get serious. You know I'm right. We take it as an attack, not as an understanding. Let me take this in because this can make me better. And let me just tell you this, you can continue to hand it down to the babies. Even if you don't have children, even if you don't, you may have a nephew or niece, right? You may be around people that have children and then be involved. You might even become godparent. Be very careful. I told my children, because I learned later in life, that there's so much to experience out here in this world. Letting them be their creative selves and then supporting them when they do, when they're being their creative selves, not just when they're doing something bad, and then you're yanking at them to pull them back into alignment, I guess, with what you want, not what they want. It pushes them out there when you do that, just so you know. And I think you know, because you've experienced it now, you know. But where was I at? So let me take another sip, maybe. But we need to clean up our own stuff. That backpack is not theirs. So you can't give them anything. You see, legacy is not about trauma. Legacy is about building something that is clean, healthy, that isn't sin, that divides them from themselves. It isn't none of that. Generational traumas, where from intergenerationally, where it's from way back in slavery, from all of that comes forward in our DNA. We're just handing it down to our babies. And let me tell you, it hurts them. Because we don't listen, because we bark orders. When we think we're doing the right thing. We don't talk to them. We talk at them. The way the slave masters talked at us. The way we were talked to, we were given orders by our parents. And I'm not blaming them. It's what they knew. But there's something on the inside that told you that wasn't real right. I don't care what you say. You know it wasn't really right. And when it hurts the babies, it truly does. Now, this next generation, they often are seen as weaker. That's what the Bible people say. But let's not get it twisted. They're wiser than us many times and many different ways. I can tell you, even my children, when they were younger, knew religion was wrong. And I had a space that I could say that to them. They could say that to me, and they'd be like, and I would listen. See, we often listen to that old adage, children should be seen and not heard, but then go to church and we hear that the scripture said, out of the mouth of babes comes truth, but we don't want to listen to truth because we're too busy in our own ego. They're more attuned than we are because why? We're trying to build a facade. We're trying to look like we're something, do like we're something. And they're calling it as it is. They're calling it out. We don't like it. We don't like that. So think about it. Lying to them and involving them in adult drama, that's generational curses. Not supporting them when they do good things, when they try their best, that's generational curse. Talking at them instead of to them, shutting down their voices, that's a curse. Saying, do as I say, not as I do, without any self-reflection, that's a generational curse. Showing no affection, withholding love and warmth, that's a generational curse. And honey, loving one child more than the other, especially when you show it, that's a deep, painful curse that leaves lasting scars. Because you know, right? Listen, we got a long way to go, especially as parents, especially as leaders, especially as leaders, just leaders. We're not even going to say parents, especially as leaders from broken homes. We've been through it, and sometimes all we know is what we experienced. But we can break these cycles. We can heal. We can get there. Therapy yourself first. Get involved in self-improvement for real. Stop half-stepping. And you know what I mean. You know what I mean. As my mama used to say, she's still alive though, let me just say. She would say, we got to sweep around our own house first We got to do the internal work. Clean up your own emotional messes before we truly nurture and guide this next generation. It's tough, it's messy, but it's necessary. This has been Miss Edna, spilling the tea while I'm having my coffee, and I hope you'll join me in doing the work. See you next time around.